Here we are on our day trip to Lichfield, and we thought we'd stop off at Shenston on the way because a couple of nice pubs, well, from the outside anyway. And we've stopped off at the railway, as is appropriate because it's only a stone's throw away from the railway station. I've got to say, it don't look it don't look the best, does it, Phil?
It's probably one of the worst heads I've seen. I think the only one that's probably on par with this in terms of how rank it looks is that pub in Nottingham, the Ballin.
Yes, yeah, it does look a bit like that.
And yeah, I'd put it on par. Some of the bubbles have gone and it's still full of them. It still looks like a Coca-Cola.
You spoke to her, didn't you? You said, is this all right? I mean, it don't bode well for the first pub of the day, but what did she say?
I gave her a chance to sort of say, oh yeah, that doesn't look right, does it, or something like that. But she just kind of said, oh, what, like, looked to me as if like, what's wrong with it, sort of thing. And as you'll see from the images of the head of this point, it's not a good looking point at all. But she just didn't seem to really care. Or no, she assured me it was Guinness.
Well, that's just a start.
Yeah. I said we'll let her know what we think of the taste when we go back in. But it looks horrible. And I hope this is not a sign of things to come for the rest of the day, because it does look really rank to me.
Do you want to dig in, or do you want me to go?
I'm going to drink some.
Go on then.
If it's as bad in taste as it looks, I won't be drinking this point because it will just ruin the next one, I think, for me. So here we go. Bottoms up.
Cheers.
Unless this is psychological, it tastes disgusting.
Oh.
I don't like that at all.
How much would it cost?
I'm not sure, to be honest, but I think it was £9 something.
Oh, okay, so less than. I can't believe I'm pleased now when pints are less than a fiver.
Yeah.
Mad, isn't it? Oh,
it's hard to place the taste.
It's just sour, isn't it? It's like it's got a horrible aftertaste. It's just got a really sour taste to it for me. That has.
It doesn't really taste like anything else, though.
I mean, I'd drink it. I'll drink the rest, but you know, it's probably like a 2 or 3 swig pint. This, and it's like I'll get it done and then move on to the next one.
She did say in defence that they're constantly cleaning the barrels, so it's not the case.
It's like Warhead Guinness.
Like, it doesn't taste like anything I'd come to expect from Guinness. Like I've had some really bitter taste.
It's just sour. It tastes like sour chewits or something. But it's not a great start to the day. That.
What are you officially giving it?
2. I have to say though, pub's quite nice. Nice garden, although the grass could do with a cut.
I'm going to give it I won't give it a 0 because I could probably drink it, but because I know I'm going to be having more today and hopefully better, I'm quite happy just to leave it there and take it back and say, you know, that wasn't very nice, but thank you very much.
Don't take it back. I mean,
I'll just leave it on the side. I'm not going to make a big thing.
Oh, I see what you mean. You're not going to complain.
I'm not going to complain.
Don't start complaining at 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'm just going to put it on the bar like that.
It'll be a long day.
Thanks very much.
Don't why make
See you later.
Don't make a point about it. Just
stick it on the bar and walk out.
Just drink it. You're going to have worse than that today, I'll bet.
I hope I don't have worse than this today.
2 out of 10. And then on to the what is it next? Fox and Hounds, just down the road in Shenston. So that looks like it might be better, but it can't be much worse, can it? You got the Plough opposite, although it looks more like a restaurant. You got the Fox and Hounds down the road. You got the Bull's Head on the main road. There's another one a bit further down as well. So for a little village, it's pretty well catered for pubs. But perhaps they will go somewhere else for the Guinness.
Maybe this isn't the Guinness one. But I can't. This is what really baffles me though. Is we come to a pub like this, and you've got a Guinness that looks the way this does. That they've never had that feedback before to say, what is that, love? I'm not drinking that.
They might get it all the time. It's played dumb. No one's ever said that before. Well, did you see anybody else in the pub drinking Guinness?
No.
No, nor me. Well, maybe that's a sign.
Yeah.
2 out of 10.
Might have cleaned the lines, but if the barrel's been sitting there for 3 years, not for me. 2 out of 10. Yeah, I could easily give it a 1.
You've drunk most of it now. Don't leave that little bit to make a point. She'll just think that you're not big enough to drink a pint of beer.
I don't really care what she thinks. Can't even pour a pint.
She was nice enough though, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was nice until as soon as I started to give any kind of constructive feedback, she suddenly became like, oh well, I can assure you it is Guinness. Yeah. Oh yeah. I know it's fucking Guinness, but it's shit, isn't it?
Okay, right. On to the Fox and Hounds.
Fox and Hounds next. 1 out of 10?
2.
2 out of 10. 2 out of 10 for the railway in Shenston.
It's nice. It's the sun's out. We're in the beer garden. It's a Saturday and we've got an full day drinking ahead of us, so can't be too harsh, can we?
It looks a nice pub, like a more traditional pub. It's very quiet in here.
It is Saturday lunchtime, though.
Yeah.
Quite early.
It looks just really nice, and I wouldn't say cosy. It's not fire in here or anything. But
We're in the snug.
It's like a good old school fashion pub.
This is where you traditionally sort of smoke your pipe and women weren't allowed. But times change for the worse. But this place has still got one. The pint in here looks amazing. Actually,
Looks I'll tell you, now it's settled. When it was poured, there was a little couple of bubbles on mine. But now it's settled. The top of the point looks very smooth and creamy. So I'll
mine was perfect from the off.
no spillage there. That's pretty decent. See, I've got a feeling this is going to be a little bit on the watery side. Could be a bit thicker, but we'll see when we taste
I'm looking forward to trying this one after that last one anyway.
It's a weird taste of that. You know when you get like a bitter aftertaste of Guinness? A lot of this, you get the bitter taste as soon as you've got the glass to your lips. You can kind of get that overwhelming bite to it. So, what score would you give this point?
Because it's like just your standard pint of Guinness, not particularly nice, but not nasty. I'd probably go a 5 out of 10. You look at the glass. There's nothing. There's no lacing around the glass at all. You might as well drink a pint of cordial.
I'll give it a 5 as well. I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
I've got to say, I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, it is a shame.
I feel like having another one just to see if I can do it better.
Do you know what?
The pub's lovely.
It's definitely drinkable.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's going to come from the same. Unless we ask them to change the tap, it's going to taste the same more than likely.
We have come to the snug and there's nobody here, and it's busier in the other bar. Maybe they're using a different line or a different barrel.
Let's try the other tap. If we can have enough one here, so we try the other tap before we move on.
Okay, so we do Fox and Hounds Part 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do a Part 2. So we've had a second point at the Fox and Hounds. We're now sitting outside. It's a lovely pub actually.
Lovely day as well.
Really really nice bar, really nice outdoor area, seated area. Lovely weather. The second point for me is it looked horrible. There was loads of bubbles on it, but nowhere near as nice as the first point. But the taste was exactly the same for me. I think on this one, because I've had a bit more time to sort of digest and drink the point, I think I'm probably going to go on a 4 out of 10 taste. Hey, is that a bit harsh? Is it that I've been drinking it? It's not like
you haven't thrown it away, have you?
No. I'll stick with my 4 because it's a very disappointing point. No cream on the glass. You know what I mean? I'll go 4 out of 10 for this. It's exactly the same as last point. Nothing really more to say.
It's just average. I would say it's still a 5 out of 10. It's no better or worse than that one we had in there, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's just such a nice pub and it's such a nice day. You feel like, I wish the drink was just nicer, and I expected it to be. but it's not. It's a 5 out of 10 for me. I've got to say, I'm disappointed in Shenston. I thought it would, because there's such nice pubs here. It's such a lovely village.
Yeah.
You think they're going to serve these delicious pints of Guinness, but they don't.
Yeah.
And probably because they've got a captive audience. And if you like Guinness and you live in Shenston, you ain't got any choice really.
Just don't get if your train's passing through, don't get off at Shenston. Just carry on.
Well, get off at Shenston if you want to see a lovely village and perhaps have a pint of lager or something.
Yeah.
Or not even have a drink, maybe just enjoy the views. But if you like Guinness and that's your sole purpose of coming here, then don't get off.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers for our last tiny bit.
Yeah. We'll never see you again, Shenston. Unless we're coming for a cider.
Or the garden centre.
Yeah.
And now the first place we come to is the Earl of Lichfield, bang in the city centre next to McDonald's. I mean, it's nice enough inside, but it's your typical town centre pub full of, you know, town centre characters. But what it does have is a really nice bit of garden out the back. So there's loads of tables and chairs and fake greenery, which is surprising in a town centre pub, to be honest. The lady that served us was really, really nice.
Yeah, really friendly.
She was, and she's charging up loads of stuff for you, isn't she? So I'm hoping this is nice, and you're not going to go back and complain about it for a change.
I'm not going to complain. I'll be honest with my review, but I'm not going to complain unless it tastes absolutely disgusting, like something wrong with it.
Look at the head on yours. It's like a pint of lager.
There's virtually no head to this at all. It's a poor looking pint, to be honest. If you look at the top of my point, it's relatively smooth. Yours isn't the best.
Mine's a bit grim, to be honest.
How can you expect this to taste creamy when it's got a head like that? It's like, I don't even see how small, but it's like, we're talking millimetres, not centimetres.
Although, to be fair, we had a pint in the Lamp Tavern, and the head was about like that, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
You know, so you never know.
Yeah.
But I'm expecting this to be horrible. Why would we even buy a pint when you expect it to be horrible? You know what I mean?
Well,
should have just waited for him to pour.
Problem is, you have to wait for him to pour it, and you can't really say, "Oh, I'm not paying for that." Or most of the time, to take the payment first before they finish pouring it. Anyway.
That last pub did Rattler. I'd be happier with a pint of Rattler than a pint of really bad Guinness. That's all right, actually. I think that's quite nice. That's much better than it looked. It's pretty. I know that there's no head on it. A lot of lacing around the glass. Tasted quite smooth to me. There's no kind of aftertaste. It's just. I thought that was quite a nice pint. I sense you don't agree.
I'm not. It's probably the best tasting we've had today.
Yeah,
it's better than the Shenston pint.
I have set the bar low, bearing in mind what we've drunk so
far. It's probably
today.
a surprise that it's not. It's all right. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 just because it's kind of what I've come to expect from most pubs when it comes to Guinness.
The only thing I would say is that it's perhaps a bit watery, but
yeah,
you know, compared to what we've had today, it's miles better.
I'll be honest. Maybe if it had a bit more of a. It's not bitter, is it? It's not an overly bitter pint.
Tastes nice, I think.
But I think maybe if it had a bit more of a thick, creamier taste, I'll give it a 6. It's not bad.
I'm going to go mental and give it a 6.5. No, I'll give it a 7. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You see lacing down the glass all the way. That's a perfectly acceptable pint.
I'll say 6, and if you're giving it a 7, we'll call it a 6.5. I do quite like the fact they've got, or what you say, like a town pub, you know, squeezed between a couple of shops, but actually they've got a nice little seating area out the back.
There's a McDonald's next door as well, so you can
have a double cheeseburger.
Stoke up, chip van, just the cheese cabin opposite.
Well, it's a city centre. We've got food everywhere, haven't we?
Oh yeah, isn't it? Bit of cheese.
I don't like the smell of food when I'm walking from pub to pub though. When I'm in the mood for a drink and I get this like waft of like.
I think you've set your expectations too high.
I don't think it's that nice.
I think that's a good pint of Guinness. It didn't look great, but
you wanted this pub to be good though, didn't you? You had
I did want it to be good.
You had
I went to the Fox and Hounds to be good as well.
You had a horse in the race with this one. But no, it's not. I can see why you're giving it a 7, because it's the more I drank of it, the more it just tastes like a normal pint of Guinness.
It does,
and it's not too bitter. It's not got that horrible smoky taste the last pub had. It's all right.
There's no rough taste to it at all. It just tastes like a nice pint of Guinness.
It's smooth enough.
If you had this pint of Guinness in Dublin, you'd be like, oh, this is the best pint of Guinness I've ever had.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
It's still tasty.
No, like lacing on the grass now. You've got a bit on yours.
I've got loads on mine. Look at that.
Yeah, I think your point's better than mine. Let me try that. Tastes about the same. I think
I'd have another pint in here if we didn't have another 18 pubs to try in Lichfield today.
Alright, between the two of us, we've given it a 6.5 out of 10, which isn't a bad score. So if you are in Lichfield, come and try it out yourself, see what you think. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like Guinness, and you live in around the Sutton Coalfield area, then this is the one for you.
Yeah.
We had a good 10-minute walk to this place, so it better be good. It's FA Cup final day, but I couldn't give a shit personally.
I care a little bit because I've just put a bet on Man U to win 2-0, and they're winning 2-0. This is the Georgian Dragon in Lichfield.
Good stuff. You can see the sign strike.
I know where I am this time.
This was recommended, by Google, as being the best place to get Guinness in Lichfield. It looks like, on yours in particular, like a bit of film over the top. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like dirt. Like dirt's been sprinkled on it, sort of thing.
Not quite like that. It just don't look very nice. Mine looks nicer than yours.
Yeah, it's not been a great start.
It's not been very good. Yeah.
I think it tastes like I expected it to taste. Very average.
It's alright.
A bit of a bitter aftertaste. See from the glass, a bit of cream collected, but it's okay. I'd probably say this is another. I gave the last place a 6, but you gave it a 7. I'd probably say it's on par.
What did you give the last place?
6 as well.
Didn't I give it a 6?
You gave it a 7 the last place.
That's changed.
That's what I thought, and so we talked about that quite a bit.
Probably give this a 6. There's nothing special about it, but there's nothing unpleasant about it either. It's just a very average pint of Guinness. Pub's nice.
Got the football on. Got a little, say, a beer garden. They've got an area where you can go out and sit and smoke and sit at a
I think there's
table.
another beer garden at the back.
Okay.
This is the smoking area, and I think got a beer garden out there.
Oh, okay. That's good. We'll have to check out the beer garden.
Well, will we?
I don't know. Where's the next pub?
Well, we just remorselessly crack on to the next pub.
Yeah.
Drinking another average pint of Guinness. Who knows? Like you say, Phil, like and subscribe to find out how the journey to Lichfield goes.
Yeah, like and you don't even have to like it, don't really give a shit. Just subscribe so you see all the other videos, because then you can like.
They're going to be as good as this one.
You can benchmark it.
They're going to be us drinking an average pint of Guinness.
Don't make a special journey to come here.
Like we did.
Yeah, like we did.
Walked all the way up that hill. But if you're at a wedding at the cathedral over the road and you think, yeah, fancy a pint.
Where can I get a very average pint of Guinness? This was about a tenner. I think it was £5 exactly, the points for this one. I'm pretty sure it's £10.
It's alright. I mean, let me have another go.
Some saving grace.
That's alright. You know what? As long as it don't taste like shit for £3.80.
Can't know.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah. Probably. It's on a par with the other Lichfield. Nothing wrong with it at all.
7 out of 10, is it? That kind of range.
6, 7 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10 maybe.
Quite a few bubbles in mine if you want to have a look. Very, very small head. Not even any kind of glass this. Nothing glass. It's just in that average range. It's that average kind of point. It's actually alright.
Nice amount of glass. Decent punch. It's probably because it's that busy in here, they probably sold about 1,000 pints already.
That's probably why they can sell it so cheap, because they know they're going to sell it.
It's like Wetherspoons, isn't it? Is it Wetherspoons? You asked the woman, didn't you?
I don't think she responded. I don't think she liked me.
No. You were a bit aggressive, weren't you?
Yeah. Was I? I just said, any chance of serving us next?
She heard me moaning and she said, "Oh, what are you moaning about?" And I said, "Well, we've been standing here 10 minutes and no one's looked at us." And you said,
The beer's cheap.
"Yeah."
It's not great. 6 out of 10. Hey!
Cheers.
Cheers. Best looking Guinness today.
They ain't got much to beat, to be fair, have they?
Yeah, it's lovely round here, isn't it?
He's got some nice pubs.
Yeah,
Went to Shenston before this.
yeah, that's nice.
There's some nice pubs in Shenston. Just can't get a good Guinness. We're hopeful for this. We're not going to down the whole pub. We'll have a go. A generous swig.
Okay.
Let's see what goes on.
Fuck.
That's really nice. That's probably the best Guinness today, I would say.
That's pretty decent, that is. I think it probably is the best in the
Fair play to you, dog. Yep, fair play.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
That's the best Guinness we've had today by a fucking mile. It's really thick, it's really creamy. There's no bite to it, there's no kind of aftertaste, there's lacing around the glass. That's a good pint of Guinness.
I'm going to have a bit more.
This whole place looks to be full of drunks.
It's not very interesting looking, is it? It's like carved out of the fucking tree.
Yeah, it's like Lord of the Rings or something. More
It's
familiar,
definitely going down easier.
more familiar with where?
Just in general. Like from today, there's a lot of points we've had today.
We've had some terrible pints today, let's be fair.
They're not being far off. But I think this is better than... This is probably the best we've had today.
By a mile.
And the highest I've given today is a 6. So I'll give this... I'm torn between a 6.5 and a 7. I'll be honest, I've almost gone off Guinness today because of how many we've had. So the fact that this is like quite an enjoyable drink, I'm going to give it a 7. I'll give it a 7. And you'll give it an 8. That's a bold score, that is an 8.
I do wonder if my standards have been lowered by the terrible pints that we've had today.
I think they have. I definitely
But
think they have.
this is definitely the best pint we've had today. I'm going to give it an 8.
I'll give it a flat 7.
So good 7.5.
Best, yeah, 7.5 combined.
Oh, sorry mate.
Right. Here we are at the Duke of York. This is our last chance saloon for a good pint of Guinness in Lichfield. Here's the point.
Although, to be fair, we did go to the Wetherspoons, but we didn't film it,
We
did we?
didn't film the Wetherspoons, but I'd say it was no better than... It was a 7 out of 10 again, mate. Here we go. Smallest head.
7 out of 10?
The Wetherspoons.
Yeah.
6 out of 10.
It was alright. It was a lady in the Wetherspoons told us to come here because it's one of the best pints of Guinness in Lichfield.
Yeah.
So that's why we're here.
Any good?
Head, can I just point out, the head is like the head you get in a pint of
I
lager.
mean, your head's even smaller. You look at this. It's embarrassing, isn't it? And when she poured it, I thought, do you know what? We could be on something here. This could be the one. I'm not so sure now.
Alright, let's try it.
Considering it's been recommended, it's another 6 for me.
It's a bit grim. It's definitely not as good as the Earl of Lichfield.
No,
It's not as good as the Wetherspoons.
not as good as Wetherspoons.
It's
Not as good as that last place went to. What's on the football on?
George V,
George V? No, George IV.
George IV. So,
Keep in mind, we got laughed at for the pubs we'd gone to for Guinness today, and you haven't even been to.
yeah, to be fair, that was only one person's recommendation. I took our recommendations from Google.
Yeah, and you've got a much more cream looking glass. It's not good. You know what? I'm going to say you don't taste that bad. 6 out of 10.
5.
5.
5.
I'll have it 5 out of 5.
Sorry. The place itself is great.
Great outdoors area. We've been drinking Guinness all day and was hoping for that one point that was going to make us think it was worth us coming to Lichfield.
This isn't it.
This isn't the place now. Cheers all. Been a great day out nonetheless. Cheers. Here we are at the Horse and Jockey.
Probably the end of the day, isn't it?
This is the end of the road. Yeah? And this apparently is the best Guinness in Lichfield.
Well, it's not got much to beat, has it really?
It hasn't. What's the best we give today? 7.
Give us 7.
You gave an 8 to one, didn't you?
No, I think you're an 8.
You gave an 8 to one of them. In the the pub with the geezer who was filming us. We're on that geezer.
Oh, that was nice. That was though. That was good point. The Angel.
Right.
If you're coming to Lichfield, go to the Angel.
We've been told this is the actual best pub in Lichfield, the Horse and Jockey. Apparently, the only downside is it gets too busy to be able to sit down. We're sat down at a table. Apparently, it's Irish manager.
It is only about 7 o'clock, isn't it?
It's only 7 o'clock. I asked if we could get a baby Guinness. They said we don't do baby Guinness.
I wouldn't think you should.
They want just a baby Guinness. So, turn your pot round. Let's have a good look. That's a big head on yours. Cheers.
This beer's too good. The BG tips.
It's another okay point. It's probably the better end of what we've had today.
I thought it was all right. It's nothing special, but yeah, compared to what we've been today.
Quite happily have another one of them. It's all right.
It's okay. 6 out of 10. I mean, there's nothing to say about it. There's nothing around the glass. No lacing around the glass whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's quite thick though.
It's definitely not like a go to the Horse and Jockey for a good point. If you want a good pint of Guinness, just scrub Lichfield off the list of places to go. You know, if you're in Lichfield, watch our videos, like, subscribe. If you're in Lichfield, find Sam Lichfield, hopefully you'll find this video helpful of some of the places where you can go. But would I suggest making a special journey to Lichfield for Guinness? Absolutely not.
I would genuinely recommend having a can of draft Guinness because you know what you're going to get. It's always the same.
Or go to a pub like the Swan in Alvechurch.
You fucking love the Swan.
You love it as well, don't you? He says this now. He loves it as well. You love that place.
I did like the Swan.
You've got a day out planned in Lichfield. Watch our videos. There'll be some better pubs than others, but don't go to Lichfield especially for a point.
Although, if you've got Littlelands, the park is brilliant. You've got a huge park and you've got a really nice playground. So go to Lichfield for that.
But don't go there for the Guinness.
No.
Yeah?
I wouldn't go for the Guinness.
I'd say Lichfield overall as a place for Guinness. What score? If we were to give a score for just purely Lichfield and Guinness, what would you say, son?
Just Lichfield. Just Lichfield.
No, for Lichfield for Guinness, just Lichfield Town Centre for Guinness.
5.
I'd say 5 too.
Maybe 5.5.
I'd say 5. Cheers. Cheers.